the company that I partner with, a company that I partner with called Expatsy, they have a person who specializes in helping people move to Uruguay. Let me know if you want more information. You can send me a DM and I can share it with you. I don't hear many people talk about Uruguay, but I know my cousin-in-law, she spent a few months there back in the day and she absolutely loved it. Like, I've heard it's a cool place. Thank y'all so much for double tapping. I really appreciate y'all. So for those of you who are new, welcome, welcome. My name is Bianca, and last year my husband and I left the United States to live abroad as digital nomads. So let me know in the comments, drop the word nomad if you know what a digital nomad is. Drop the words not yet if you have either never heard of a digital nomad, or if maybe you've heard of it but you're like, I don't really understand what that is. We met in Thailand. KA, who met in Thailand? Me and you? For real? Wait, are you talking about me and you? You gotta let me know who you're talking about. Okay, I see Pammy P says not yet. So like, a digital nomad is somebody who works and travels. So if you think about someone who is a nomad, if you think about somebody who is nomadic, then that means they move around from place to place. They don't necessarily have one place that they call home. So me and my husband are digital nomads. My husband met you and your husband. Really? When? Where? In Thailand? Can you be more specific? Give me some context. Which part of Thailand? And what were we doing? Was it the PP Islands? Hold on, you gotta tell me who you are, because now I'm like, what is going on right now? Uruguay is a close second for us too. Argentina leads to citizenship faster though. Yeah, you know, that's a solid point. And that definitely makes a really big difference in terms of, you know, like where you're going to move, right? Like if you are looking at certain visas, there are some countries, depending on what the visa is, like it's a lot easier to get to that residency a lot quicker. So I'm here for it. Thank y'all so much for the hearts. Do you know it's easier for US to work? Do you know if it's easy for US to work in UK as a nomad? What do you mean work in UK? Do you mean like work a job in the UK? Or do you just mean like have like a remote job and be in the UK? We did an excursion together. Oh my God, hello. That's crazy. Is this your first time? Is this your first time like coming across my page? That is wild. Are you talking about the PP Islands in, I don't even remember if we left from Phuket or Krabi. I think it was Phuket. Oh my God, that is wild. Want to be a digital retiree. I'm here for it. Yes, first time. Hey sis. Y'all, the world is so small. The world really is so small. Thank you, Elle. That is so funny. So my husband and I went to, we were in Thailand for 9 weeks last year. Thank you. Thank you for joining. It's good to see you. And that's still like so wild to me. So yeah, we were in Phuket, Thailand, and we did an excursion to the PP Islands, and it was like stupid early. We had to be up, I don't even remember, like 5 a.m. or something like that. But there was a couple from New Jersey, I believe, New Jersey or New York. I think maybe both. And yeah, like we met them on the boat and we were just kind of like kicking it with them all day. And literally, lo and behold, more than a year later, like here we are connecting on TikTok. That is so dope. What a life we live, y'all. What a life that we live. Thank y'all so much for the hearts. I really appreciate it. So yeah, last year, me and my husband got on thank you so much, Sheena. Me and my husband got on a one-way flight to Brazil, February 4th, 2024. I feel like that date will just always be like, that date will always be such like a big deal for us. So February 4th, 2024, we got on a one-way flight to Brazil. And then after Brazil, we also went to Spain, Vietnam, Thailand, Japan, China, Indonesia, Panama, Colombia, Mexico. Thank you for the gift. Hi. So we've been in 10 different countries since last year. Most of our traveling was last year. This year we've been a little bit more settled. We're still trying to be more settled because we are tired, okay? Listen, very grateful, very blessed to have traveled to all those places, met so many dope people, had so many great experiences, but also like, woo, it feels good to be a little bit more settled, okay? We're currently back in Colombia. Colombia is one of my favorite countries. And yeah, I've been going live sharing my journey. I've been taking y'all behind the scenes. You know, I feel like a lot of people are, you know, a lot of people want to move abroad. A lot of people want to know what this life is like. And like, once I started sharing that on this page, people were asking for more. So I started sharing more. So y'all, like, I know this is kind of like a side note, but I need y'all to understand there is so much power in your story, okay? Like things that you have been through, your life experiences, places that you've gone. There are people out there who need to hear your story. And I'm not saying that you have to go live. I'm not even saying you have to post on social media, but just know that your story really is powerful, because I never thought that I would be teaching people about moving abroad. This was never on my radar. To be honest with you, I didn't even think I was going to be teaching people about travel. I started this page for fun, just because I just love to travel. And then people were asking me all these questions like, how are you finding these cheap flights? How are you doing all this? How are you doing all of that? And then I started creating resources. I created a budget travel masterclass where people were like, Bianca, I need to make more money. I need to make more money. I don't make enough money for this. So I made the cash flow come up checklist. And then they were like, I want to move abroad. So I made the move abroad bundle. And you just never know where life is going to take you. I actually recently celebrated a milestone of $20,000 in digital product sales since I started this page. And I feel very grateful, very proud of myself, and very honored to be able to share these things with y'all, and more importantly, to be able to help y'all do the same thing. Because my goal is to always remind you that I'm not here to just be like, oh, hey, look at my life. Look at this cool thing that I'm doing. I'm here to let you know that you can do the same things that I'm doing, okay? I have resources to show you how to do all the things that I'm doing. For anybody who gets for anybody who wants to learn more about moving abroad, my Move Abroad bundle is back in my bio. I put it back in there right before I went live, and you can use the promo code 25 spelled out for 25% off. If you're watching on YT, it's actually in the description. But yeah, you can grab it for 25% off. And I am doing a live bonus because y'all know I love an action taker. So I do have my cash flow come up guide, which is specifically to show you how to start making more money this year. Okay, the year is not over. You can still make more money in 2025. And I'm giving that resource away for free for anybody who gets my Move Abroad bundle while I am live. So let me know if y'all have any questions about that. Thank y'all so much for all the hearts. I appreciate y'all. I'm looking to move abroad. I'm trying to decide on where I'm going. I hear you. Hi. Do you have any like specific places in mind that you're thinking about for now? How do you navigate all the different language barriers? Translation app? For the most part, yeah. I mean, Google Translate, it makes things easy. Also, y'all, so much of communication is nonverbal. So the other thing to consider is a lot of times you can get what you want and need just by like context clues. So I definitely use Google Translate. I speak Spanish, so I don't use it. I do use it here in Colombia sometimes because my Spanish is not perfect by any means. But I'm thinking back to more so whenever I was in like Thailand, Vietnam, places where I absolutely did not speak the language. And I would say maybe 25% of the time, like I use the Google. 25% of the time I use Google Translate. Like a language barrier is not. Most of the time, it's not as big a deal as people think it is, because first of all, a lot of people do speak English. And second of all, like I said, there's so much nonverbal that you can do, right? But for the most part, yeah, I would say translation apps. World is getting smaller next to stop space. Okay. How you get a visa? I don't need a visa to be here. What country is accepting healthcare workers? I don't know. I do not recommend trying to go to a country and work. Personally, I recommend just figuring out your money, how you can like make money from the US, unless you're gonna do something like teach English. And I'm not saying that there are not any countries that are not accepting healthcare workers, but I don't know. That's like that's out of my realm. Like I talk to people about how they can make money either from like their own business or like a remote job or a side hustle, something like that, and then they can take that money and use that money to live abroad. Thank y'all so much for double tapping the screen. I appreciate y'all. If you could choose between living in Mexico or Japan, which would you choose? I would choose Mexico because Mexico is my favorite country. Yeah, I love Mexico. Honestly, at some point, I'll probably end up there. That'll probably be my forever place at someday. Mexico is my favorite country. Canada, I believe Canada is what, accepting healthcare workers? Okay, great, thank you. Yeah, listen, if y'all know answers to questions that I don't know, by all means, please drop them below in the comments. Help me out, help everybody else out. I'm here for it. Okay, so today we're gonna be talking about how to choose your move abroad country. This is one of the main questions that I get. The number one question that I get is how am I going to make money while I am living abroad? And I know I've done several lives going through my different income streams. So I actually have 10 different income streams. I have videos on my page where I go through all of those, but I primarily make money from digital marketing and affiliate marketing. I do have other income streams, like I said, but those are my top 2 earners. And y'all, in my Move Abroad bundle, there are 2 videos on how to make money. So the Move Abroad bundle comes with 12 videos, okay? 12. It's literally a 12-day series that I did. And 2 of those videos are all about how to make money online. I give you my favorite remote job resources. I talk about like different side hustles and businesses you can do. And I do a deep dive into digital marketing and affiliate marketing, which is how I earn most of my money. Make sure y'all take advantage of the bundle deal while I am live, because like once I'm live, it's out of my bio and you're not going to be able to take advantage of that 25% off and that live bonus of my 33-page cash flow come up checklist to show you how you can start making more money. Okay, it's time for us to increase our travel budget. Okay. Which city in Mexico? Child, I've been to like 8 cities in Mexico. Like I've been to a lot of cities in Mexico and I love several of them. I've never been to Uruguay, so I do not have thoughts on Uruguay. Thank y'all so much for double tapping. I really appreciate y'all. Okay, so whenever it comes to choosing your move abroad country, there are a lot of different things that you want to take into account, okay? But the first thing that you want to consider, and y'all can let me know in the comments, because I know that, it's typically like a variety and people have different ways to live abroad. Where are you? I'm in Colombia. Where were you most uncomfortable? I don't know what you mean. I don't no country comes to mind in terms of me feeling uncomfortable. I'm very comfortable in foreign countries. I mean, I've traveled to 24 different countries. So, I don't know. Treatment, none. There was no country where I was treated poorly or anything like that. I lost my train of thought. The USA. Yeah, exactly. Thank y'all so much for the hearts. That's great news. Yeah, it is. I mean, I know there are some other Black women on this app, and you don't have to apologize. Like, there are some other Black women on this app, and they will tell you about poor experiences they have had in other countries. That really just hasn't been the case for me. I mean, I think there is prejudice all over the world. Colorism exists all over the world, unfortunately, but in general, the place I have experienced the most prejudice was in the United States. I think whenever I was in Peru in 2019, we were in like Huacachina, which is like this really big like sand dune type thing, and you get on these like massive Jeeps. And I remember like I was in this like one Jeep, and there were a lot of these, by the way. No. Anything throws me off track. Never apologize, y'all. It's me, okay? It's my brain. It is not y'all. But I remember we were in Peru. We were at Huacachina, and long story short, like one person needed to like leave one Jeep to go to another one, and like I just felt like this guy like looked at me, and he was like, okay, he's like, you go over there. And like at the end of the day, it's one of those things where I have no idea if it was because of the color of my skin. In the moment, I know like that's kind of how I felt. Like I kind of felt like, why did you choose me? Like I remember like that was the moment where I felt like a little bit annoyed. And whenever you're from the United States, y'all, you got to recognize people outside of the United States. A lot of people believe that everybody in the U.S. is rich, because that's the perception that we give, right? Oh, the U.S. is the best country. Everybody is so wealthy. It's the land of the free. When in reality, most people in the U.S. are struggling. They have a shit ton of debt. They're living check to check. They're burnt out from their jobs. They're not living a fulfilling life. Like that's the reality of most people in the United States. But outside of the U.S., a lot of people do not know that. So there are times where like people will like try to take advantage of you. They will try to scam you. So like I think like things like that have for sure happened to me. But like I said, in general, I mean, knock on wood, I have not had any like super like crazy experiences, especially in terms of like feeling like people were treating me differently because I'm Black. Okay, so in terms of thinking about how you want to choose your place, the first thing that you want to think about is how you plan on living abroad. There are a lot of different ways to live abroad. One of the biggest mistakes that people make, people who want to experience living abroad, is they just assume that if they want to move abroad, they have to pack up their entire life and then, sell everything, sell their home, get rid of their pets, whatever, and then like go move to Portugal and like never come back to the US. Like, so many people have this misconception. Y'all, there are so many different ways that you can move abroad. And there are so many ways that you can even do like a test drive of moving abroad to see if it's something that you really want. Because I am a firm believer that if you are not somebody who is well-traveled, and when I say well-traveled, I mean outside of resorts, outside of cruises, if you are not someone who actually knows what it's like to be on the ground in another country, you don't speak the language, you know, you're immersed with locals, you're cooking, doing laundry, going to the grocery store, getting your hair done, getting your nails done, the things that you would do in the United States. If you have never experienced that, you are you are more likely to have a type of culture shock that you do not want to have, okay? Because in the United States, I know the United States is not a perfect country, but y'all, there are a lot of ways in the US that we are very spoiled. There are a lot of conveniences that we literally don't even think about because they are the norm for us. And let me know in the comments. There is no shade, there is no shame. I'm just curious. Let me know in the comments, outside of the United States, how many countries have you traveled to? Drop your number in the comments. And let me also say this. This is the rule, but there are exceptions to every rule, okay? So there are definitely people who leave the US for the first time and they go to move abroad and they fall in love and they never want to come back. That does happen. But what I will tell you is that is the exception, okay? It is not the rule, okay? It takes a really open-minded, confident, resilient, decisive, go with the flow person to do that, okay? And again, I'm not saying it doesn't happen, because yeah, there are people who move to places they've never been and they fall in love, okay? And that's perfectly fine. But again, that is the exception and it's not the rule. And so this is why I talk about different ways that you can test out living abroad. I talk about a lot of these in the Move Abroad bundle. One way that I recommend is trusted house sitters. If you are someone who likes animals, if you like pets, you can go and take care of people's pets for 1 week, 2 weeks, a month, 2 months, all over the world, okay? Trusted house sitters, they offer house sits on every continent except Antarctica, okay? Like, you can be taking care of cute pets in so many different countries, and then you don't even have to pay for your room and board. With Trusted House Sitters, it's an annual fee. I actually have a 25% off referral that makes it as low as $99, y'all. So you can pay $100, and for the next year, you can apply to as many house sits as you want, and you can get a taste of living abroad. So whenever you travel with Trusted House Sitters, the cool thing is, number one, you're not paying for accommodation, so that's going to cut your travel costs significantly. But number two, you're going to be staying in someone's home. You're not staying in a hotel, right? Like, you're staying among other locals. So it's a great way to get immersed in a culture without you having to figure everything out yourself, right? You don't got to go somewhere and buy a washing machine. You don't got to go somewhere and look for an apartment. You don't got to go somewhere and I don't know, whatever. The point is that you are going to have like a place that's already set up for you. You have a contact, right? Hey, what's a good place to go to the gym, right? You don't have to figure all the things out on your own. So if you like pets, I highly recommend looking into Trusted House Sitters. I have more information about them in my bio as well. There's also like volunteer opportunities that you can do. You can take a scouting trip. There are companies that offer scouting trips. I have a playlist on my page called Expatsy. Yeah, I think they are in a playlist. I have a playlist on my page called Expatsy, and you can go look at the videos there because they do scouting trips. You can even set up your own scouting trip, but there are definitely ways that you can take a test drive before making the big leap. There is no shame, y'all, okay? People are like, oh, well, how are you so sure about Colombia? This is my third time here. Like, I came here in 2019 for the first time. Thank you, Aaron. Thank y'all for the gifts. Thank y'all for the hearts. I came here for the first time in 2019 and I fell in love. And then last year, me and my husband decided to come back here again because we knew that we were going to want to be here this year. So we were like, let's go back again and just make sure it still feels like a place that we would like to be. And it is. And so lo and behold, here we are. Okay, let me see who put their numbers in the comment. I see 4 countries, 1 countries. I see 0. I see 1. I see 20 plus. Okay, yeah, so definitely some variety. Some variety across the board, which, you know, which makes perfect sense. Like I said, if you've never traveled outside of the US, my recommendation is to travel first, okay? Like, y'all, there's so many cool ways to go out there and travel. And I have a budget travel masterclass with more than 40 different hacks. for you to travel on a budget. I'm talking about keeping your entire trip under $1,000. Flights, accommodations, excursions, experiences, food, everything. If you want to learn how to travel on a budget, if you want to get out here and travel first before you decide to just uproot your entire life and go move abroad. Thank y'all so much for the hearts. I have a pit bull and I feel like my options are limited. Yeah. So then what I would recommend is the thing is, when you say your options are limited, y'all, there's 190 something countries in the world. So even if your options are limited, let's just pretend your limited options are like 10 countries. That's still a lot of different places to choose from. What if you have kids and dogs? Any ideas for that? Any ideas for what exactly? People move with kids, people move with pets all the time. I have a ton of information about moving abroad with kids and moving abroad with pets in my Move Abroad bundle as well. Y'all, people do it. Like, I gotta be honest with y'all. Some of y'all out here thinking that your situations are so unique, and they're not. Somebody will be in my comments like, oh, well, I have a daughter. I'm like, I know somebody who moved abroad with 5 kids. Oh, well, I have a pet. I know somebody who moved abroad with 5 pets. Oh, well, okay, well, like, I have a disability. Okay, I know a woman who moved abroad who literally is confined to a wheelchair. Like, y'all, and I understand that, like, sometimes these things might feel like, oh, it's going to be too hard for me, or my situation is different. Y'all, I'm just going to be real honest with y'all. Most of y'all situations, they're not that unique. They're not. Somebody has already done it. Multiple people have already done it. And this is great news, okay? This is great news, especially in the digital age. Because in the digital age, you can literally, actually, I made a video about this not too long ago whenever I talked about how moving abroad, like why moving abroad felt realistic for me. And a big part of it was seeking representation, okay? Like, I'm a Black woman from the US, so I follow a lot of Black women from the US who live abroad because I want to see people out here living my lifestyle. Me and my husband are here, so I follow like other digital nomad couples. If you are someone with kids, go follow people with kids. If you are someone who has a pet, go follow people who moved abroad with their pets. And again, y'all, I have so much more information about this in my Move Abroad bundle. Y'all, if you are serious, but you just need some guidance, make it happen, okay? You can use the promo code 25 for 25% off. There's an option for Afterpay and Klarna. Like, if you're serious, make the investment and get everything that you need to move abroad at your fingertips, okay? I'm happy to answer whatever questions you have while I'm on live, but I'm on live, right? A lot of people have questions. I'm also going through some other things. If you want to be able to have the information at your fingertips so you don't want to have to do all the research yourself, grab the bundle. And remember, anybody who gets it while I'm live, I'm going to send you my my cash flow come up guide, which is a 33-page guide that comes along with a video where I walk you through how to start making more money. You can start making more money outside of a traditional job. Y'all, I have 10 streams of income outside of a job. Even though I grew up Black and broke, lower middle class in the United States, if I can do it, so can you. I'm a degular girl from North Carolina, okay? Like, it's you holding you back, okay? It is you holding you back. Thank y'all so much for the hearts. Okay, I see 6 in the comments. Highly recommend Japan, Canada, Botswana, and Uzbekistan. Ideas for testing it out with them. So I would do a scouting trip. Like, I would literally just do my own scouting trip, Aaron. Like, if you want to test out going with your kids and your kids and your pets, go travel with them. Go pick up. I mean, obviously, I don't know exactly which countries you're interested in, but go pick a place and then plan a trip. Right? I would say minimum 7 days. Anything shorter than that, it's just, yeah. And no vacations. Don't be doing no excursions. Go stay in an apartment. Stay in an apartment in a local area. There's also group travel companies that you can do where you can go and like stay in a certain location for like 2 to 4 weeks. And there are some of them that do allow you to bring kids. I don't know if any of them allow you to bring pets though, so that might be the only thing. However, I mean, I don't know do you need to test out living abroad with your pet? And maybe you do. I don't know. I'm ready with my 1 kid and 3 cats. Good morning. Well, what would you choose, South America over Southeast Asia? I've been to both and I love both. So I would choose both. I've lived in both. Stop putting limitations on yourself. Exactly. Would it be crazy to just cash out, take my kids and dogs to Albania and wing it? Haha. What's wrong with being crazy? What's crazy for you might not be crazy for somebody else. People will say that the way that I did it is crazy. Even if somebody spent an entire year saving up money, doing all the research, doing all the things for their visa, and they left the US, there are still so many people who would consider that to be crazy. So crazy is relative. Like, my biggest piece of advice is just to make sure that you have a way to make money while you are there, unless you are wanting to do it temporarily, right? Like if you're like, okay, I'm going to calculate the cost of living, I'm going to go live here for X amount of months, and then I'm going to plan to come back, you know, that's different. But if you're planning on moving abroad permanently, you want to make sure that you know how you're going to make money before you get there. Bulldog Dag said, what are you doing with the streams of income? So I have videos on my page. I think the playlist is called Money Honey, where I go through all of my income streams, but my top 2 income streams are affiliate marketing and digital marketing. So affiliate marketing is basically getting paid to promote other people's products or services. You don't have to create the product or service yourself, right? You can just refer it. Like a lot of people in here earlier, they were like, oh my God, I love your braids. I love your braids. So an affiliate marketing thing could be like, oh my God, I love that color. I want to get that color. Can you send me the link to the hair, right? And if I sent them a link, if I sent them an affiliate link, I could earn a commission. Like that's affiliate marketing. Digital marketing is a really, really big umbrella, okay? Digital marketing is really promoting any kind of product or service online. Primarily, the way that I earn money is by selling digital products. So a digital product is any product that can be delivered, you know, online, downloaded, stream. Like Netflix is a digital product, okay? Y'all don't go to a Netflix store. Y'all not getting Netflix DVDs anymore. Netflix is literally a digital product. So that's one example. Ebooks, webinars, masterclasses, courses, all consulting, coaching, memberships, all of these things are digital products. And y'all, again, I go through all of this stuff in depth in my Move Abroad bundle. So for those of y'all who are for real, I know some of y'all on here, you know, you might still be kind of on the fence. You might be like, oh, I'm not sure if I want to move abroad. That's fine. But I always tell people, y'all, I'm really talking to the people. Put a yes in the comments if you're trying to get out of the United States in the next 365 days. Because these are the people who I'm talking to, okay? Like I'm talking to the people who are trying to make some moves in the next year, okay? If you want to move abroad in the next 5 years, 10 years, cool. That's great. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that. But I mean, as far as the people who I'm talking to the people who are ready to make this move now, the people who are ready to start taking action now. If you want to learn how to do these things, you can find out everything in the bundle, y'all. So many people are out here just doubting themselves, putting their own limitations on themselves, self-sabotaging, overthinking, comparing to other people online, thinking that they have to have everything figured out. You don't have to have everything figured out. You will never have everything figured out. I don't care how much research you do. You're still going to go somewhere and you're going to get the shock of your life. Because guess what? That's living abroad. The question is, hello Modes Fit. The question is, are you about that life or not? Some people not, and that's okay. Some of y'all think y'all want to move abroad because everybody on social media makes it look sexy. Some of y'all don't even know if you actually want to move abroad. And this is why I say, get your ass on a plane and go travel somewhere. Some of y'all ain't even got no business trying to move abroad right now because you ain't even been nowhere. You only been on a cruise. And you think you want to leave the U.S. because you don't like the president. Okay, well, how about when you go to a place and you can't flush the toilet paper? How about when you go to a place and there's power outages? How about when you go to the place and the water is off for 12 hours and you can't do anything about it? How about when you go to a place and whenever you go out to eat, you can't customize everything you want? You can't be like, oh, I want this, but can you do this from this? They go be like, no. Okay? Living abroad is not for everybody. I'm never going to pretend like living abroad is for everybody, and I'm never going to try to convince anybody to live abroad because I'm talking to the people who feel called to this life, okay? Welcome, y'all. Sayara, I don't know if I said your name correctly. The next 60 days, period. I'm in Colombia right now. I know, right? The Netflix DVDs. You are so welcome. Switzerland is literally my dream, but I know I probably shouldn't. Why not? I know Switzerland's pretty expensive. I mean, if you got the budget, go for it. But yeah, like Switzerland is definitely expensive. It looks beautiful though. I would love to go there. I would love to go there for maybe like a day trip or two. I mean, I probably wouldn't stay there long, but because I be traveling on a budget too, okay? I'm not throwing y'all no shade. I travel on a budget. That's why me and my husband, the two reasons me and my husband have been able to afford traveling to 10 countries since last year is because number one, we can make money from anywhere. We have multiple streams of income. And number two is because we have learned to travel on a budget, okay? Thank y'all so much for double tapping. Please continue to tap the screen. I really appreciate y'all. So whenever you're thinking about which place is going to be, yes, I'm in Medellin, whichever place is going to be best for you, You want to consider if you're planning on traveling around or if you just want to move to one place and be settled. So put the word nomad in the comment if you want to move abroad and you want to travel from place to place, and put the word settled in the comments if you prefer to just move to one place, you just want to stay there, you chilling, you not, whatever. You might, still like travel, but for the most part, you want to have a home. Let me know in the comments. Nomad if you want to move around and travel. Settled if you just want to move to your spot and have your home. So there's nothing wrong with either of these options, okay? These are both great options. It just depends on what you want. It depends on the type of lifestyle that you want to live. But whenever it comes to choosing your destination, it is going to be really important for you to know which one you're doing before you leave, because if you're going to be moving around from place to place, that's going to look very different. Your options are going to be a lot different versus if you are going to just like settle in one place. So the reason why I really haven't had to be like pressed about visas and things like that is because I am a digital nomad. I move around a lot, okay? Budget traveling is everything. Headed to Cape Town in a couple of weeks. Yes. Oh my God. I've been wanting to go to Cape Town for so many years. I will get there. I will. But yeah, so like if you are planning to settle in one spot, then you are going to have to, thank you, blood type fit. Okay, I'm like, did I say that right? Thank y'all for the hearts and the shares and reposting and all of that. I appreciate the love, y'all. Yeah, if you're gonna be settling in one place, then you're gonna have to be more diligent about the visas, okay? Do you have a list of all the places that you've been in your guide? In the bundle, yeah. So in the bundle, I spend 3 days, good God. I spent 3 days talking about how to choose your destination. And on day 5, this is where I spend time talking about the places that I have traveled to, what I would recommend, and what I would recommend based on places that I've been, but also from like other digital nomads that I have met, and I've met hundreds at this point, okay? So yes, that's included in the bundle as well, y'all. For those of you who are new here, my bundle is back in my bio. It is 12 videos. Everything you need to learn how to move abroad from the United States. The link is in my bio, and you can use the promo code 25 spelled out for 25% off. And for anybody who gets it while I'm live, I'm going to send you my cash flow come up guide as a bonus because I love an action taker. Y'all better grab it soon because I got a call coming up. I'm not gonna be able to be on live that long today. So if y'all want to take advantage, take action, okay? Take action. And let me know if y'all have any other questions about the bundle. So after you have decided whether you want to be a digital nomad versus whether you want to settle, this is when you want to start thinking about, you want to like start putting together the list of countries you already have in mind, and then you want to look into their visa options, especially if you want to be settled. Now, if you want to be a digital nomad, honestly, like the world is your oyster, because I mean, most places you can be there. I'm saying most places you can be there with a US passport. You can be there for at least like a month and not have to like, worry about like any visa things. Some places you can be there even longer, like Mexico, Panama, 6 months, Albania, a full year, right? Like it does depend on the place. But if you're a digital nomad, you have a lot of different options. So that's going to be your first thing, right? Is like figuring out what visas you qualify for if you are someone who wants to be settled. After that, whenever it comes to choosing your travel country, this is when you really want to start thinking about you. You want to start thinking about what you need, your wants, your needs, and your non-negotiables, okay? What kind of weather do you want? Let me know in the comments. Y'all want cold weather? You want hot weather? You want somewhere in between? Like, these are the kind of things that you're going to want to think about. So whenever it comes to the country as a whole, yes, you do have the culture of a country. You do have the visa process, but y'all really want to start thinking more about the actual cities in these countries. Because, for example, I'm in Medellin, Colombia, but y'all, Medellin, Colombia is very different than Cartagena, Colombia, okay? And there are people who live in Cartagena and they love it. I prefer Medellin. Like, that's my choice. But like I said, there are other people out there who, like, they would say that they prefer Cartagena. There are people in Thailand who they prefer Chiang Mai over Bangkok. I love Chiang Mai, but Bangkok got my heart, okay? And people are like, oh, Bangkok is like too busy, and I'm just like, that's very true. I would be in Cartagena. Girl, you wouldn't, if you want 65 year round. Oh, you said at the lowest. Oh, okay. I didn't see that part. I was about to say, girl, Cartagena is hot. Yeah, see, exactly. So that is a perfect example, okay? You need to understand what you need. You need to understand what you want. Do you want to be on the beach? Do you want to be in the mountains? Do you want to be in a city where you can walk everywhere? Do you want to, for whatever reason, do you want to drive? Do you want public transportation? Are you gonna have like kids that are gonna be in school? What type of foods do you like, right? Like I love Thai food, but if you don't like spicy food, you know, everybody talks about how great the food in Thailand is, but if you don't like spicy food, then you might not love Thai food because Thai food is spicy. So there was a girl here who I met, another digital nomad, and she was saying how she thinks the food here in Medellin is better than the food in Mexico. And I almost broke my neck. Like, girl, what? What are you talking about? Food in Mexico is way better than the food in Medellin, Colombia. And you know what? She's like, yeah, but she's like, I just feel like everything is a taco. And I'm like, oh, that's when I realized I can eat tacos like every day. So for me, that's not a big deal. But for her, you know, she kind of feels like, oh, you know, like I just want something a little bit different. So it really is different strokes for different folks. I love it that the food is amazing too. Yeah, and the food in Cartagena is better than the food in Medellin. I mean, that's where the Afro-Colombians are. So that's where all the seasoning at, okay? I could also eat tacos every day. I love Mexican food. Yeah, I'm like, and even non-tacos, like Mexico City, oh my God, some of the best food, but that's my opinion, okay? They have a different opinion. Thank y'all so much for double tapping. Okay, so other things that you want to keep in mind. Language. Put a yes in the comments if you are willing, eager, and excited to learn a new language, and drop the words I don't know if you're like, Bianca, that sounds good, but that sounds really hard. I don't know if that's something that I could master. I feel really intimidated. Let me know in the comments. Yes, if you are ready to start learning a new language. And like I said, you can put I don't know if you don't know. Hi, Anna. I missed the beginning, but what's your favorite place that you've been? Mexico is my favorite country. I'm in Colombia right now, though, which is one of my favorite countries. Okay, I see a yes. I see, yes, it's a must, period. Plan to settle in Cebu City. Where's that at? Best to use debit card or credit card for online orders. What? Online orders? I mean, if you're online, I don't think it matters. I mean, I don't think I understand your question. Please ask me again, because I might be misunderstanding. But what was I saying? I lost my train of thought. Oh yes, language, right? Like there are some people who are like, Bianca, the thought of learning another language is just too much for me right now. And I'm like, cool. Take your ass somewhere that speaks English. Go somewhere that speaks English. There are countries outside of the United States where English is the native language. And then there are also cities where you will find a lot of English, even if you don't, even if it's not the native language. Like whenever I was in Puerto Viejo, which is the Caribbean side of Costa Rica, like people, like there was so much English. I was like, damn, a lot of people in like Spanish. A lot of people in Paris, like they spoke English. In Amsterdam, they spoke English. So do your research on places where, and you can do research like this even in like expat groups, right? Like you can ask around, like, you know, do you guys come across a lot of people who speak English? Or like I said, you can go to a country where English is the native language, or at least one of the native languages. So these are all things that you want to consider whenever you're thinking about your destination. Another thing you want to consider, how often did you finally go eat at a Crepes and Waffles? No, but well, actually, hold on. I did have the ice cream. I went to the Helado Dia, I can't say that word, but I did go there, so I did have the ice cream, but I haven't like gone in there and sat down to eat yet, but I'm going next week. That's my plan right now, then start slowly learning Spanish. Exactly. Philippines like to order, I've seen them, right, but I don't think it matters if it's a debit or a credit card. I mean, you could ask me that same question about being in the U.S. You know what I mean? What does it matter, like debit card versus credit card? And are you paying in USD, or are you talking about paying in like a local currency? Thank y'all so much for the hearts. Please continue to double tap. I appreciate y'all. Other things you want to consider, let me know in the comments. Put your number. How many times a year do you think that you will visit the US when you start living abroad? Let me know. Maybe compare your international fees on each card and pick the cheaper one. Oh, I mean, no. Use a card that doesn't have any international fees. Like that would be, that would be my advice. Do not pay international fees, y'all. There's too many cards out there that don't require that. Do not pay international fees. Okay, I see one. Who else? How many times a year do you think you will visit the US while living abroad? There's no right or wrong answer. I'm just curious. That's the best way. No transaction fee. Yeah, I hate paying for my own money. Okay, so like I see a lot of y'all are saying 1 time a year. Everybody's answer might be different, right? Like I know that for me and my husband will always visit the US at least like 4 times a year. And that's the main reason why we decided not to spend like a super extended period of time in Asia, because it's too far to try to get home. Like it's too big of an event to go home. What cards do I recommend for international fees? I use the Charles Schwab Platinum debit card. Excuse me, they don't have any international fees, and they don't have any international fees, and they do a rebate on any ATM fees. Once a year, maybe even every other year. Okay, so then this might not be a big factor for y'all, right? So, oh, thank you, Aaron. This might not be a big factor for y'all, right? Like you might be somebody who is like, cool, if I'm only going to the US once a year, maybe it's not a big deal for you to move to New Zealand or Africa or Asia. But if you are planning on visiting the US multiple times, that's something else that you want to keep in mind. Also, if you do have any, like, I don't even know the word I'm trying to say. If you have anything like really big in your life that's like really important to you, and you don't want to have to you don't want to have to give that up, or you want to make sure you have some kind of community. Like for me and my husband, it was really important for us to move to a place where there are other Black people, because number one, we don't want to be the minority. I'm already the minority in the US. I don't need that shit when I'm abroad too. And number two, because I love Black culture. Like I want to be around Black culture. I want to have the option to be around Black people. And so here in Colombia, I get that in 2 different ways, because there are Afro-Colombians here. So I'm around Black people, and that way I actually went to a karaoke event last night with some Afro-Colombians and some Americans as well. And then also there is a large Black expat community out here with Black people from the United States. So that's really important for me. Do you care about having a community? I actually plan on doing a video about this because I feel like this is kind of a controversial topic. Thank y'all for the hearts. Please make sure y'all are tapping that screen. I really appreciate it. So like I said, like for us, like that's really important. There are some people who are like, I didn't move abroad just to be around other people from the US. You know, if I find out there's a place with a large expat community, then I'm gonna go far away. Cool. That is your prerogative. You are absolutely allowed to do that. Do I think it's smart? Hell no. And especially if you, again, now, if you are someone who's been like living abroad for some time, you're used to being in different countries, something like that, like cool. But if you're not, please do not ever underestimate the value of a community, okay? Hey, where can I find, y'all, I literally posted in our group the other day and I was like, where can I get a biscuit? I have asked where I can find Cool Whip. The woman who, she comes to my apartment and does my nails, how I got my hair done. My husband went and got an eye exam. You know how we know these things? Because we get referrals from people who are already here. Y'all, again, I'm not saying that a community has to be mandatory for you, but for me, it is. If I'm going to be somewhere long term, I want to be somewhere where other people have already done it and I can reach out and ask, because I like a referral. And like I said, I'm not saying that you can't just go online, pick a doctor and go take a risk. I'm not saying you can't do that. You can. But for me, it makes a lot more sense for me to have a community that I can reach out to. And also because sometimes it can be lonely, especially if you're traveling like by yourself, or if you feel like for whatever reason, it might be a challenge to like meet some locals and to make new friends. Like it's just, having a community is exactly, Mandy. Y'all, having a community is 12 out of 10, okay? So these are all some of the things that you want to consider in terms of like moving, in terms of how to choose your move abroad country. Drop the words yes in the comments if you learned anything valuable by listening to this live. If you have learned anything, if you feel even 1% better about how to choose the place that is best for you, drop the words yes in the comments, because I always want to know if like the stuff that I'm giving is valuable, if there are any other specific questions that people want me to talk about, any other topics. Like I really am here to be a resource for y'all. Oh, thank you, user 3306. Did you have to learn Spanish? You didn't have to do anything. In the famous words of my dad, all I gotta do is stay black and die. But I love Spanish, so like I'm happy to learn it. But I mean, if you don't want to learn a new language, go to a country that speaks English. I just love POC. The culture is unmatched, because who will braid my hair and do my nails? Exactly. I'm happy to hear that, Mandy. I'm happy that this was helpful for y'all. What final questions do y'all have? For those of you who already got the Move Abroad bundle, thank you for your business. I will send you the bonuses as soon as I get off of here. Just make sure that you check your spam folder. For those of you who still want to take advantage of the live bonus, you can still go and grab the bundle at the link in my bio. Y'all, honestly, like it is a steal. Like I could triple the price and it would not even touch the level of value. Like if you thought this was valuable, there are literally 12 of these in the Move Abroad bundle, okay? People ask me all the time, Bianca, how are you doing this? How do you know all this? How'd you do all these things? And I'm like, y'all, I'm giving y'all the information. Like I come on here on live, I post on my page, I'm giving y'all the tea. But if you want it all in one spot, you can get it in the Move Abroad bundle, okay? We talk about mindset, because mindset, y'all, 80% of moving abroad is mindset. 80% of moving abroad is mindset. We talk about mindset. We talk about how to choose your country, how much money you need to save to move abroad, how to make money while you're living abroad, how to move with kids, how to move with pets, healthcare, taxes, what to do with your phone, how to find housing, how to learn the language, how to get immersed in a new culture, how to stay connected to your people back home. If you are a veteran, LGBTQ+, you have a disability, all of this stuff is in the Move Abroad bundle, okay? I made the bundle based on the questions that y'all ask me, okay? So if you want to take advantage, those of you who are serious, those of you who are action takers, grab it at the link in my bio. Don't forget to use that promo code 25. If you're watching on YT, the Move Abroad bundle is in it's in the description. So that's where you can grab it. But yeah, make sure that you use the promo code 25 for 25% off. Hey, Jasmine, I just saw your sale come through. I'm going to I'll send you the live bonus as soon as I get off of here. Y'all, listen, he said bundle secured, period. Definitely looking into this affiliate marketing. I'm just starting with her digital marketing. Oh, have you started doing digital marketing stuff? Y'all, I love digital marketing so much. Like, I do not understand why people act like digital marketing is like this big, scary new thing. Digital marketing has been around since, basically since the fucking internet, okay? Every time Fashion Nova texts you, that's digital marketing. When you go to TJ Maxx and they ask you for your email address, that is digital marketing, okay? Whenever you are, I don't know if anybody in here is like a football fan, but now, like if you watch an NFL game on Amazon, they will literally be like having little like products, and they'll be like add to your cart. That's digital marketing, okay? Digital marketing is not new. Digital marketing has been around. Y'all, it is 2025. If y'all are not taking advantage of ways to make money online in 2025, y'all, you are literally leaving money on the table, okay? There are too many people out here who have 5 hours a day screen time, and you making the rich richer. Listen, don't get me wrong. I ain't got no problem with rich people, okay? Because I'm going to be a rich person one day. I'm not talking shit about rich people. But what I'm here to tell you is make yourself money. Make yourself money, okay? Do you have an ebook for that? For making money online? Yeah, it's the Cash Flow Come Up Checklist. So the Cash Flow Come Up Checklist is in the link in my bio as well. Y'all can get that separately. But remember, I'm giving it away for free for anybody who gets the Move Abroad bundle. And the Move Abroad bundle does come with an Afterpay or Klarna option for anybody who wants to break up the payments. But yeah, my Cash Flow Come Up guide is in my bio as well. That is all about how to make more money. There are remote job resources in there, side hustles, businesses, investing in stocks. Y'all, on average, wealthy people have 7 streams of income. Okay? On average, wealthy people have 7 streams of income. I need y'all to step it up. I'm in health and wellness, so just started with social media and now expanding online. Beautiful. Beautiful. Old, young, you are here if he needs something. Maybe I'm reading that wrong. Maybe that's how I read that. But yeah, y'all, I'm giving away the cash flow come up checklist as a bonus. So y'all, the Move Abroad bundle comes with 12 videos. It's basically an entire course walking you through everything that you need to live abroad, to move abroad from the United States. There's even a workbook that goes along with the bundle. You can print it out or you can follow along online in like a Word doc, whichever is best for you. And it comes with my 23-page resource guide. So for example, like if there's anybody in here who like you prefer to be able to have something that you can read through, click around, then you have the Move Abroad resource guide as well, which covers all the stuff that I cover in the bundle. It's a written version versus the bundle, which comes with the videos. And then you also get the cash flow come up checklist. I'm looking to teach English online or in a Spanish speaking country, former teacher. And oh, you have the TEFL bet. Oh yeah. So if you already have the TEFL, I know that, shit, did my nail polish just chip? It sure did. That's annoying. I know that with the TEFL, a lot of times they can even help you land jobs, which is really dope. Thank y'all so much for the hearts. Do y'all have any other questions before I get off of here? For those of you who got the bundle, check your email in the next 5 to 10 minutes. Make sure you check your spam folder. If I see another bundle purchase come through in the next couple of minutes, I will still send y'all the live bonus. Y'all got about 2 more minutes to take advantage. And everything that y'all need to move abroad, y'all, it's in the bundle. Take advantage while it's there. My son's in college, so I'm not moving for 3 to 4 years, but definitely traveling monthly, period. Yeah, so the fact that you're even like traveling monthly is dope. Hello, Jazz. Jazz, you know what's so crazy? So tell me why I just heard of, I think it's called Machiavelli's or something, like the bakery here. So I just moved to Laurellis. I've been in Envigado, and I was on their Instagram, and I literally saw a photo of you. I said, look at Jazz. Look at Jazz just out here looking all posh in Machiavelli's. That shit cracked me up. But Jasmine, you're back in Asia, I believe. Thank you for the heart meet. I appreciate it. I just love how we live in such a big world, but we also live in such a small world. I used to be all up and through that. I still have not been, but now it's in walking distance from where I live. So I'm definitely gonna be going in there because. Oh, you did marketing for them? Oh, well, that makes a lot of sense. Well, yeah, I heard that they have like the best Danishes. So it's on the list. I literally have so many places right here I want to try. I'm going to get there. I am going to get there. Thank y'all so much for the hearts. I appreciate y'all. Does anybody have any final questions before I get off of here? Does anybody have any questions about the Move Abroad bundle? Y'all, it's still in my bio. Take advantage. You can grab it. You can grab it at that stand.store link. And for anybody who gets it while I'm live, I'm going to send you the cash flow come up checklist. Oh, thank you so much. Moving Abroad Online. If you see the owner, Charles, send him my love. I will. I absolutely will, because I'm definitely going there. All right, y'all. If y'all don't have any other questions, then I am about to get up off of here. But thank y'all again for joining. Make sure y'all hit that follow button. And yeah, happy Friday, happy weekend. Oh, is the digital nomad the best for Colombia? Is the digital nomad what? The digital nomad visa? I mean, if you're a digital nomad, yeah. I mean, there's not necessarily like a visa. You're so welcome, Bloody Type. Yeah, I mean, if you're a digital nomad, I mean, no, there's no visa that's perfect for everybody. Like, you got to figure out which one is going to be best for you. But yeah, if you are a digital nomad, then yeah, for sure. I mean, I haven't done it because me and my husband have not chose like one specific place to stay at like permanently. And when I say permanently, I mean like for even like a year. Like, we've been moving around so much, but wherever we end up landing, it will more than likely be a digital nomad visa, because that's probably what's going to make the most sense for us. You are so welcome. Any other questions before I hop up off of here? I had it. It was great. Bam. And by the way, y'all, Jazzy, don't you help people move abroad? Like, don't you do consultations? Y'all, make sure that y'all follow Jazzy and book a call with her, because like she has lived in a ton of different places. Oh yeah, she helps process visas. So yeah, make sure y'all tap into her. Jazzy, we need to do a live together. How much is the bundle? It's $97, but you can use the promo code 25 spelled out to take off 25%. All right, y'all, I gotta get up off of here, but I'm about to send out the bundle. I'm about to send out the Jesus, I lost my train of thought. This is why I cannot get distracted because then I literally forget what I was saying. I'm about to send out the bonuses. Make sure you check your spam folder. I gotta call in 4 minutes. I gotta go. Okay, Jazzy, yeah, send me a DM. Let's do it. All right, y'all. I will catch y'all later. Happy Friday, happy weekend, and ciao. Very, very Colombian of me talking about ciao. Bye, y'all.